losses, ups and downs. Like, how do you digest this one when you're this close to winning and you guys fail to make a few plays and lose it?
Yeah, I think just acknowledge that, maybe some of our late game stuff that we probably could have executed better, or missed free throws or turnovers or whatever. But we played really, really hard, gave ourselves a chance. We made some really tough plays, some unlucky bounces and things like that. But it was just a really tough physical game, for overtime and regulation and stuff.
You usually have not gotten into shoving matches before. I don't know when's the last time you've gotten into one of those. Can you describe what happened and what you were feeling? And then did you see Joe clapping in the middle of the fray?
Honestly, I probably did that for you. I thought you probably liked that. See me get angry and shit. But it was fun, like a little tussle. I think the fans enjoy it. Got the crowd going. I give the refs credit. Like, it shouldn't have been a tech. They didn't call it. They separated us, and then we kept playing.
Jayson, you guys have gone through losing stretches before in past years, but coming into this year off a championship with expectations probably higher than they've ever been, does this stretch feel different? Is it the same as any other losing stretch you've had in past years, like pressure-wise or mentally, anything like that? Like, does this feel the same or different?
I've had stretches or whatever, tough spurts throughout my NBA career. They all present their different challenges. I guess, you're just at a different point in your career and your life. I'm at a different place now than I was when Ime was first here and we was 27 and 27 or whatever. We was trying to figure out how to win and things like that. But it just goes to show it's hard to win in the NBA. Each night is tough, and you got to bring it every single night.
You say then you were figuring out how to win. Joe's talked about, reestablishing habits. Does it feel like you, are trying to learn that again, with the same group? What is different now with this stretch than outside of just you personally, in terms of expectations and everything going on?
I just committing to the details, and I guess realizing again how tough it is. You just got to do the simple things extremely hard all the time, in which obviously we've done and we're capable of doing. We just got to get back to that.
Joe has talked a lot about how he's enjoying this stretch of, he's relishing this moment, the opportunity to, overcome challenges and everything. It obviously looks more fun to just be in a winning stretch, but is there, where do you fall on that? Do you enjoy the fact that things haven't been going your way, but you kind of have to figure it out? How do you process this stretch?
You just gotta take the good with the bad, and understand that, down the line, down the road, that we could be grateful for this stretch that we're going through, and if it continues to, we stick together, if we continue to be a close-knit group, if we figure it out together, we come out on the other side of this, we'll feel a lot better about ourselves. So I'm certain that we'll learn some things from it and we'll be better once we get rolling again.
You guys had a really good first quarter, forcing a lot of turnovers, points off turnovers. You start the second quarter also forcing turnovers, but you had a couple of botched 3-on-1s, and then it seemed like the energy started to change a bit. Not only does it give them life, but it seemed like you guys kind of maybe let that get to you a little bit. Is that accurate? And have you been letting those types of things linger longer in games this year than maybe you have in the past?
I think tonight might have been different than other nights. I think the way we competed, how hard we played, how physical we were tonight compared to maybe Toronto was night and day. Some live ball turnovers, some missed opportunities on some fast breaks. But we were playing with pace. We had the right intentions. We had the right mindset tonight. We just we shot 38% from the field. So that's the tough part when you're doing things a certain way and the results aren't matching. How do you continue to stay positive and keep fighting and keep going forward.
But like Joe, we're talking about the end of the game, and he said kind of low-hanging fruit to go to the end of the game execution, which obviously wasn't great. But the second quarter, 15-point quarter, that's where, I'm asking about, like, yes, overall maybe you had great intention and all of that stuff, but there was a stretch in that second quarter where it did seem to go away. And I guess what I'm seeing, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, those stretches, they always happen in games to every team, but in the past you guys minimized them a little bit, and I feel like maybe in this stretch those are lasting a little bit longer.
I mean, it might be some truth to that. I think part of it is we're not shooting the ball or converting. We missing layups and threes and things shots that we normally shoot at a higher rate that would stop the bleeding, I guess, per se. So I think, in this stretch, still trying to generate the right shots and get the guys in the right spots. We're just not shooting the ball as well as we normally do.
Last question again.
Jayson, pregame you were stretching your shoulder a lot. Did it affect you? Did it affect your warm-up or anything you went through?
No, it warmed up by the time the game started, but it's just something that happened yesterday in the game that made me questionable today, so I had to do a lot of stuff to get my shoulder ready to play. But by the time the game started, adrenaline was going, I was ready. So that's not an excuse at all.